Hello everyone, my name is Nurhuaini binti Muhammad Rosli, and today I would like to tell you about our project. We were asked to find an example from an article by doing linguistic analysis, and the article we have chosen is Mormonism Science Swan Song. Okay, so the first thing is morphology. Morphology is to analyze the basic element used in language to cover word formation, process, and morphological description. So we have found some based on the article. So the first word formation process is etymology. Etymology is the study of origin and history of a word. For example, pigeon. Pigeon is in the Middle Age, the word pigeon was a mystery play or an act such as drama, biblical event. In the 20s until today, pigeon is now associated with beauty, such as in a beauty contest. Okay, so the next is coinage. Coinage is the word that came from a brand or product name to create a new term. For example, that we can get from this article is Mormon. Mormon, based on our article, is referred to the Church of Mormon belief. It is a coinage because it's also a product and a merge name. Next is borrowing. Borrowing is where the words are taken from another language. We have some example, and first is nouns. Nouns come from Latin word. They also kombucha come from Japanese, and drumlin where it come from Irish. Okay, next is compounding. Compounding is where two separated words become one new word. For example, bookstore. It comes from book and store. Blending is two separated form to produce a single new term. For example, Loki. During the past, this was used in a musical term for instrument, but in nowadays, in 20th century, this word evolved to mean a quiet or easygoing or doing something but in a chill way. There's also clipping. Clipping is the reduction of word to a shorter word version. For example, like facts. It comes from the word facsimile. And also we have science fiction. And also nowadays we famous about COVID-19. It comes from the word coronavirus disease 2019. Bad formation is the word type that reduce to another word type. For example, annoyance is a noun, but it comes from the word annoyed, adjective. And next one is conversion. Conversion is where the word change function of a word. That means it's changed like from nouns to verb. For example, we have contention. Contention is a noun, and it comes from the word content. It's a verb. The other thing is we have acronym. Acronym is a form from initial letter of a set of other words. For example, it's like a short form of a word. For example, we have RV. RV stand for recreational vehicle. And we also have MTV. MTV is a music television.
So I'll be explaining about surface structure and deep structure. The first example is all that summer I had been sleepwalking, which is active. And the second one is it was a luminous July morning, which is passive. So it makes it to two surface structures and two deep structures. Next would be structural ambiguity. One of the example is morning blurred into afternoon. It can give a definition to means that morning turns into afternoon very fast, or the person's view of morning changes when he woke up. The third one is tree diagram, which is it was a luminous July morning as an example. So sentence, we have noun phrase and verb phrase. It is a pronoun, so it belongs to noun phrase. Was is verb phrase. A is a noun phrase, so but then it is divided into article. Luminous is adjective phrase, so adjectives. July is noun phrase, and morning is also a noun, so it becomes two nouns. And the next one is semantics. So first thing, we have conceptual meaning, and one of the example is Christian, which is the direct meaning of religion. Next, associative meaning, which is light, similar to it's either a weight or describing a light, which is bright. And next is semantic features. One of the example is children. Animation is positive, female, and infant is also positive, but for negative, it's a thing. Semantic roles, one of the example would be for agent is I, location, the mall, theme, talking on the phone. And for experiencer, prefiguration of eternity, location, the field, source, you ramble through them, goal when you get to the end. Next one is synonyms. One of the example that we have, which is divert my brain. Divert is a synonym for distract. And opposite to it, it's antonym. And we have ancient, which is the opposite meaning of modern. And hyponym, which is we have example, which is genre, and then they are divided by two, which is books and movies. Books section, we have fiction and non-fiction, and it can be considered non-fiction as sci-fi. And the next one is prototypes. One of the example, which is magical. It can be fairy tale or for magician. And next one is homophones, which is one of the example, E and D and equals to A and D and. Homonyms, one of the example, which is skirt, which is dress, equals to skirt, avoiding controversy. Next, we have polysemy in one of the semantics, which is run, we can move fast, manage, provided, use, or flow. And we have the last two, which is metonym. One of the example is stages. It can be for actors and actress or performers. Lastly, collocation, which is actors. They can frequently occur together with actress. And that's all from me. Thank you. Thank you.